and they look like favorites.
This is my lock of the week.
Dodgers.
No. But don't do this.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Vegas Sports Panel. It's NFL Week 6, and we got some great picks for you. So let's go over where we were and get you caught up. Bob, let's fix that there. All right, Bob's doing great, having a great season. Went 4-1 last week, is 15-10 on the season. Nicely done. Also, Roger went 4-1 and is 13-12, right behind. Nicely done. And Brandon's kind of about average. He's 10-15, went 2-3 last week. So let's see if you can pick up the pace a little bit this week. All right.
As long, just you reminded me of something about
Okay.
Brandon. I wanted to ask you guys something. This is betting related, actually.
Okay.
But on a couple of your picks last week, you mentioned something about the actual line giving you an idea that it was Vegas' way of saying, "Hey, this is what's going to happen."
Oh, I think that was a
And
Steeler
both of
one.
those didn't happen. So I was just wondering, like, what do you mean?
Like a
for
plus
the
two or
audience and for
something.
myself too. What did you mean by
I'll
that?
just speak.
Or anybody, if anybody,
Yeah.
what do you know?
Like,
It was the Vikings minus something, and the
Vikings
and
minus
the Reds
9.
and the Redskins.
Did you
or not
watch the
Reds-
Vikings game? Their coach is horrible.
But
The
what-
fucking
what-
throwing
what-
the ball
no, but what
up
do
and
you
down the
mean?
field.
What do you
Vegas
mean?
saw the fact that this team should blow this fucking team out. You see the buildings over there? They're not worth billions of fucking dollars because these guys are idiots and put lines out that make no fucking sense. What I'm saying is,
Well, then you
the
would-
coach
you would always
sometimes
bet every
or the
favorite
players
or bet every underdog.
no,
What
there's
do you mean?
certain lines where you say a team is 1 and what, and they're minus 10 over a team that's taken 2 or 3 really good teams. Like you'll see this week, you got the Ravens minus 3 at home, who are 4-1, who the Lions should have beat probably. Things of that nature. And you
taking the
say
Chargers, but-
the Vikings have pretty much got their ass kicked all year and are somehow a 10-point favorite over anybody. Why?
And you're like, only Vegas could come up with that line like that.
Why would that be?
I mean, they may be right on after you see the game.
no, there's
But
there's
I
just-
get you.
And then the
week-
Reds, same with the Washington football team.
when I see all the lines.
That was the
every
other thing
week,
you'd mentioned.
No, I was
last week.
wavering on the Washington. I did say that was why I probably liked it. But I also said that the quarterback was very iffy. And he is. And he proved me right. And he sucks. And he probably shouldn't be starting. And
Well,
you don't
he's
want
a
to
backup
put
for a
There's
reason.
two
All right,
weird,
Bob.
weird lines every week where you just are like, if you didn't have the lines there and you went down the team, you're like, okay, and you tried to guess like, oh, I bet they're like a touchdown favorite over that team. I bet they're like a 10-point favorite over that team. And then like you'll guess kind
Well-
of like your lines, and then like you look at what the lines are, and you're like, oh man, I was off by 5.5 points. That means like.
So that's what you mean.
Yeah, I just mean that
When it
like,
doesn't make
that's a
sense
fishy line.
necessarily.
It doesn't make sense to me, which I would consider myself like the public Joe with a little bit of knowledge. But like, I'm like, oh, that line just doesn't make sense.
Right.
a
It's
weird
like, yeah,
line.
you don't know something.
Somebody
or-
knows something
right.
that I don't know because that's a weird line. Because if you guessed all the lines, I bet you'd be within a point or two of 14.
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
16
You
out
certainly
there.
wouldn't be almost 6 points off.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
you know.
when it's so weird and you're just like, oh man, I was way off on that game. Something's got to be up.
Yeah, something's happened
So is
or
there okay?
something's not.
is
So
there
what are the
anything-
Lions this week?
The Lions are
Plus
3-point underdogs. They're hosting the Bengals. It's the Bengals minus 3.
Yeah, a 3-point underdog
Yeah,
to the Bengals,
who almost beat the Packers.
who are a way better team in
No,
a
the
certain
Bengals are
sense.
the underdog, right?
No, Bengals are the favorite at
Yeah, they're
at
the
the
favorite.
Lions. Yeah,
The Bengals are the favorite, not-
Bengals
not
are one
the
of
The
my 5 picks.
Bengals
I'm
beat
taking
the
them.
Vikings. Okay, and the Vikings were just a 10-point favorite over that same team. Yes, they were at home, but it's only a 3-point swing for home and away.
Yeah,
Right.
So there's where the fishiness comes
It's a
in.
fishy line.
Last week,
last week's you're saying.
So would you?
What surprised me
Would
it
you
was that
stay
large.
away from that, or would you take
No,
advantage of
I
it?
try to jump on the.
I tried to
side
jump
of it.
on them.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm right. It's not like a perfect
So, I
science.
mean, you guys
course,
are only
obviously.
picking 5 out of how many games? You know, I mean, it's just like it's.
Most of the time,
Hopefully,
it's
you're
16
picking ones
games.
that you like. That you right. You're not.
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah. I like all the picks. I mean,
Yeah.
until they're not
It's
good.
like-
I stand behind the
I guess if you're just like picking any other game, you still gotta like you're a coin flip if you're taking the spread.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Which side of it
Like-
are you going to be on?
But like, yeah, no, you just I think it's something that's just from doing it for a long time that you just notice a line that's fishy.
You get a feel for
you try
things.
To get on
you
the
know.
right side of it. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a fishy line.
Okay.
I think, and you're going to go on this side.
Because
of it. Okay.
well,
Go ahead.
no, I was going to say.
finish
I
it.
mean, I've not just Brandon, but I've heard other personalities, media personalities, use that talk about that reasoning, fishy lines, and that sort of thing. But
Well, I think when you do this enough, and you guys would be able to speak to this more than me, you'll notice a certain consistency, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then when things are not that way, and there's no obvious reason,
Yeah,
it
it's like-
draws attention to itself. And like you said, you choose to maybe take advantage of it, get on the right side of it. All right, let's get going here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just-
Bob,
Sorry,
we got
guys.
your 5
And
pros.
one thing I
week
will
6.
throw in
Oh, I'm
there
sorry.
though is especially now with the Vegas Knights being at home, it's just very similar to when you'll see like the Knights all of a sudden is like an underdog. It's just shocking. You're like
because they're always like minus
yeah,
200.
and
at least,
like
yeah.
Vegas don't want to lose any money there. They know everybody's betting them. So once they get to a plus, it's almost like
It's like,
I
what
just got
line-
chills thinking about it. I'm like, fuck, I gotta bet that.
Well, then
Like,
that means
it's
you.
fine,
so that means you would bet the other team.
no, I would bet the Knights plus the money.
I was going to say, they put the line at something
'Cause
that
I
would
never-
get
you never
action
get
on
it.
both sides, though. That's the idea, to get the money, right? Is to get
yeah,
action
they're
on
trying to
both
yeah,
sides.
they're trying to level it out.
Right.
And that's all I'm
Okay.
getting at is like it's not really that fishy, but it's just shocking when you see it.
Yeah,
Like,
it makes you go, okay, what, like you
Yeah.
said, what don't I know?
Okay,
Maybe
well,
someone's
so in
hurt.
that example that you just mentioned, if they're putting up plus 130 on the Knights, and you want to jump on and bet on the Knights, but isn't that the casinos? I mean, they're making it plus 130, so they're making it much more attractive to bet on the Knights. And if you,
They are,
so why
yes.
would you bet on the Knights thinking they're going to win?
Because all the sharps on the other team. You're right, Roger.
I don't know. It's all confusing, but
No,
let's
what I'm just saying as far
go
as
to the picks.
the visual, like what we're talking about is like something that's more of like you've accrued time in this betting thing and you've seen the lines, and like Devin said, it's like you'll see something just off. But just for the layman who's now just got into betting, like most people in Vegas are primarily Knights fans, so I'm
Yeah,
figuring they
for
would
sure.
bet the Knights.
Yeah,
So it's
what's
like-
what's the line? What have I got to take on the Knights?
Yeah,
Right.
like for notoriously for years, like the Yankees, Dodgers, Lakers, and a couple other like teams that are close to home here. Like they'll always have like skewed lines because they knew like
because
there was,
people are betting them
yeah,
with
people
their
are
heart.
willing,
So
more
they would
willing to bet them.
anticipate
Yeah,
almost.
so they'll almost
Most of that
shade the
money's gonna
line,
come onto those
yeah,
teams, so
towards
they
their yeah.
Okay.
They need to even it out. Okay.
But on these, like Bob said, it is almost like a flip of a coin. So you're just looking for any advantage you can get, I guess,
Right.
too.
That's
you're
true.
just trying to, even if it's make believe, it's belief.
What's the rest of your picks?
Okay. Did you want to go ahead and go,
You
Bob?
did all yours?
No, you're going.
All right.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
You're the leader.
Yeah, exactly. You're up by 5.
You have honors, just like in golf.
I'm the worst.
Which I'm taking Brandon's pick, Detroit plus 3.5 at home against Cincinnati.
Oh, that's a winner.
Well, you said 3. I saw it at 3.5.
Roger has the sheet. I didn't even see the
I
game.
would take 3 anyway. That at least you'll get a push.
Yeah, I mean, this
Detroit
is.
wins on an overtime field goal against Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati's
I
playing
like that.
3 overtime.
I know. I was going to
So
say.
you guys are both taking the Lions.
I haven't said anything yet.
You haven't, right? But it sounds.
taking the
I'm
Okay.
taking the Bengals. Just to let you know.
Thank you. Rams minus 9.5 at whoever's playing for the Giants.
See, now there's a winner.
Kansas City minus 6.5 against Washington. Dallas minus 3.5 against New England. I don't know how New England keeps up with Dallas.
Right.
And then the most free money of the week. I don't know if you've ever watched football before.
if you ever
Green
watched it.
Bay minus
The
4.5
Packers,
against
yeah.
Chicago. If you want to look up Chicago's record against Green Bay for the last
Oh, that's bad. That's really
I
bad.
bet the Bears have
It's
5.
really bad.
If it's 6 and
So bad.
6 and 34, I would be amazed.
And 5 of those
Well,
in the
we'll
early
just have to
80s.
look it up and see.
Yeah, so take the Packers. The Bears won 3 of those games.
So
And
you're
they had
not. You don't
Walter
think
Payton.
Justin Fields is going to make any
bridge.
sort of difference, huh?
No.
Bob, come on, that's disappointing.
Nope.
He's only completed 8
I'm a realist.
passes.
I love Justin Fields.
Is that
I
right?
love the Bears.
It's not bad. It's not great. He's,
The Packers are going to roll us in our house because that's what happens every year.
I don't know. They got a decent D, man. If they can get to, if they
I
can
used
get
to say
to
that when I was
Aaron
20,
Rodgers, you know.
Devin.
I
Now
know,
I'm 40,
right?
And I think we've won 1 game in those 20 years.
Well, I hope
It
you're
might have been
wrong,
during a
and I'm sure
monsoon
you
on
hope you're
Monday
wrong
Night
too. You'll be willing to
You know
lose
he
that bet,
does.
right?
I will lose that bet if the Bears if they win by a half a point.
Yeah.
All right,
Which is
Brandon.
possible.
We'll go ahead and let Brandon go
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
yeah, I can go
All
see
right,
it.
Brandon. Week
All right.
6 NFL.
I'm also with Bob on the Rams at the New York Football Giants.
Okay.
The Giants are a mess right now. Not just on the offense, but defensively too. They're like depleted.
Okay.
And basically, the Rams need to just drop their nuts and prove that they are one of the best teams in the league, or they're going to have to, go back to being the Super Bowl team that I don't think scored a touchdown.
They're also on 10 days rest.
And
they're
sucked
really
ass.
ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You better be ready to go. And
But it is
then-
one. You're talking about the Rams at the Giants.
Yeah, it's a
Yes.
smackdown game.
But isn't it also one of those things about West Coast team playing at 10
And that's
a.m.?
where I'm saying you
They
got to
had 10
drop
days
your
off.
nuts.
They flew out there before the
Right.
Yeah.
They don't have to take the norm. Right.
If you
They're
don't
out
drop
there
your
early.
nuts
I
now,
got
you might
Okay,
have to
yeah.
try
I
to
just-
drop your nuts
just remember
in December
in one of our
or
previous
January
episodes-
in a away playoff game at 10 o'clock in the morning.
He's
Would
talking
you
about
rather
the
drop your
West
nuts
going east
in
at 10.
October?
In our, some of our
And that
previous
way you don't
episodes,
have to
both you
go
guys
out
talked
to
about
some
that.
shitty ass, cold ass, piece of shit place to play football
Microphones stayed the same.
when
You guys don't have to yell.
you could be in the comforts of LA with hot women in bikinis, weed is legal, and prostitution might as well be. So,
You're taking the Rams?
Right.
no, this is why I'm saying they got to drop their nuts this weekend. And
I
not,
don't even. I'm not familiar with that term.
Okay.
that's what you got to do, though.
All right, Brandon. Let's finish
In a
this.
game
Get the
like
picks
that.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
So then I'm also going with the Cowboys, who nobody here also failed to mention the fact that they're the only 5-0 team against the spread in the league.
Do me
And
real
you-
quick a favor. Start with the top real quick because I'm doing the graphics and I want to be able to follow
Shit
you.
you said before.
So we're going to go with the Rams
Okay.
at New York Football Giants -9
Okay.
because they're the better team and they need to win. Cowboys, who are the only 5-0 team in the league against the spread left. You got to stick with the winner. Never bet against the streak. Bet on the streak. Bills at 5.5. Oh, I can't even read my own writing. Against the Titans, another whatever team. Bills riding strong. Chargers at the Ravens. I need the Ravens to score a lot of points, and the Chargers are going to make them do it. Then we're going with the Raiders plus 3.5 at the Broncos.
Wow.
Broncos are going to lay down and die. Period.
Okay.
Aggressive coming. Aggressive
All right.
take from Brandon this
All
week.
right. Roger, finish this up here, bud.
nuts.
You know, it's scary because I've actually agreeing with a lot of your guys' picks. I mean, certainly
You're going to win this week. You won't be 19-20. You'll be 20-20.
the Rams at the Giants. It just, I mean, that seems like
Okay.
certainly a no-brainer. I've got it Rams -10.5. You guys have mentioned -9.5. We'll see what happens, but taking the Rams, we'll say I'm going to say I'll jump on their bandwagon -9.5. The Rams, the Giants, I don't won't provide any resistance at all. Also, I mean, you got to go with the Dallas Cowboys. I hate to say it, although I know you're a big fan, but I don't like the
I like
Cowboys.
Texas, so
And
Dallas and
so I hate to
Houston.
say it, but they have looked awfully gosh darn awesome. So
As long as Dak stays healthy.
yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys. I've got them at -4 at New England. Also, of course, I mean I'm going to stick with the Arizona Cardinals, my Super Bowl pick, and they are the only last remaining 5-0 undefeated team against the win-loss record, which is what matters most. And they
what
are
are we-
actually going into Cleveland, and they're going to destroy Baker Mayfield
Wow,
and the
this ought to be an
Browns.
interesting game.
And the Cardinals are getting 2.5. I mean, they're going to
Wow.
win the game outright, and they're getting 2.5. So you got to
Put money on
bet,
the money line.
bet on the Cardinals. Somebody else mentioned this, but I guess you're going with the Lions. I'm going with the Bengals. I think the Joe Burrow is going to go into Detroit and
Can't even call plays. He hurt his throat.
take care of them. I did hear about that, but they'll communicate somehow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's going to.
But yeah, the Bengals are a better team than the Lions also. So I know the Lions, you'd think they'd have to win eventually, but it's not going to be this week. So I've
It's
got
not
the
gonna be this
Bengals -3. If you remember, last week I had them at +3 against the Packers. That almost happened. It's close.
We're going to start talking about our almost win?
Yeah, and also the Bengals. Who cares about the Bengals?
Horseshoes and hand grenades. over
right.
there.
And then another pick. Also, I'm going with the Chargers. I think they're looking very strong. I'm a big fan of the quarterback Hebert, and I'm mad at the Ravens. They cost me a 7-teamer. So
Bad Ravens.
I'm betting against the Ravens because I'm mad at them.
It'll
And
show them.
the Chargers
teach them the
are getting
lesson.
3 points. I mean, once again, it's one of those West Coast teams going to the East Coast. That's always,
You wonder how they're going to
questionable.
handle it.
Yeah, I always
It's the
it's
70s. And I need to correct you. It's not Justin Abear. He doesn't play for the Saints. His name is Herbert.
Justin Abear. Bobby Abear.
Justin Herbert.
Is that his daddy?
R before the B. His name is Justin Herbert.
I'm
right.
doing that every week.
I know. I'm trying to help you out.
He schooled you now. From now on.
No, but I like to say Abear. It's
okay.
fun.
Hey,
It's more
Bear.
I
fun.
like to say a bunch of stuff.
I like to say a bunch of shit too, but
All right,
Yeah.
well, how many we got?
I think that was 5.
Was that
I'll
it?
recap.
Yeah, just
You guys
go through the recap.
in comment section. Let me know if I'm screwing up here. But I've got the
yeah, you
Chargers.
fucked the dude's name up.
Chargers +3, Bengals -3, Rams -9.5, Cardinals +2.5, and the Cowboys. I've got them at -4. I heard maybe -3 over there, but I'm going to take the Cowboys -4.
I got 3.5 on
Okay.
ESPN.
Okay, close enough.
Okay, yeah. William Hill's got it -4, but you know.
That sheet was
Okay.
printed 3 days ago.